Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's learn computer science.
Hey everyone, welcome back to day 18 video of Python tutorial. Our today's topic is queues as abstract data types. So in today's video, we will learn about what queues are, FIFO principle of queues, how they work on FIFO principle, and how do we implement queues using lists in Python. And of course, queue operations including enqueue and dequeue. We'll also cover types of queues in today's video, including linear and circular queues. So let's start our today's topic. First of all, to understand what queues are, you need to understand that it's a data structure where data is entered at one end and deleted from the other end. Okay, so it works on FIFO principle. The item which is added first will be removed first. So you can relate it with a queue that you form when you go to buy some ticket at the ticket counter. So if you are first in the line, so you will be given a ticket first and you will be out of the queue first, right? And the person who has entered in the queue last will be given the ticket at last. So that is how queues they work. Item which is entered first is the item which will be deleted first. First in, first out, FIFO order, right? So in queues, you have a tail pointer that you need to maintain, right? For adding the elements. So you add the elements at the back of the queue. So whenever some new item comes in or new person to be added in the queue, they are added at the end of the queue, which is tail of the queue. So tail pointer is maintained. And for deletion, we maintain a front pointer because items are deleted from the front of the queue. So front pointer for deletion, which is known as dequeue, and for adding items, we maintain a tail pointer to enqueue, means for inserting new items. So new elements are added to the back or rear of the queue and deletion happens from the front of the queue. Now, what is FIFO? You must be clear with this principle by now because I have already explained FIFO means first in, first out. So this principle dictates that the first element added to the queue is the first one to be removed. So if you look at this way, so from exam point of view, when an element is removed, the remaining elements, they do not move up to take the empty space. That doesn't happen. So you need to remember this from exam perspective. We maintain a front pointer and we maintain a rear pointer. So we update these pointers to indicate that whenever an item is added or whenever an item is removed. Okay. As I mentioned, there are two operations that we perform on queues. One is enqueue, that means adding an element at the end of the queue. Okay. And dequeue means deleting an element from the front of the queue. Okay. So in enqueue and dequeue, we will cover overflow and underflow condition. So overflow is when queue or the array, it reaches its maximum capacity, you can't add any more elements. So that is overflow condition. And underflow condition is when you don't have anything to delete, but you're trying to delete. That is underflow condition. As I mentioned, we'll also cover types of queues. So in queues, majorly we will be covering linear queues and circular queues. We also have priority queues, but in today's session, we'll only learn about linear and circular queues. First of all, linear queue. Linear queue basically is a data structure. You can think of it as an array, right? Where elements are added to the next available space in the queue, starting from the front. So as and when items will be added, they'll be covering the spaces which are there in the queue, which are remaining in the queue. Items then removed from the front of the queue. So whenever you have to delete some element, you will delete from the front of the queue and you will maintain the front pointer. Linear queue, when we understand linear queue, we need to understand how elements are entered or added in a linear queue, means how NQ happens, right? So let's understand this with the help of this figure. First of all, let's say in this array, we have only one element, which is CS. Now, front and rear, both the pointers are referring to this element. So front is also referring to this, rear pointer is also referring to this. So value is mentioning that there is only one element at the moment, right? Now, if I add one more element, now, as I said, addition happens at the rear. So rear pointer is increased when a new element is entered. So I have entered, earlier it was only CS which was there. Now I have entered one more element, which is width. So when width is entered in the queue, then front remains the same. However, rear pointer is increased by 1. Okay. Now let's enter one more element. So when one more element is entered in linear queue, then again rear pointer value is increased, but front remains the same because we are not deleting, we are adding elements. Whenever addition is happening, rear pointer's value will be increased by 1. Okay. Now let's see how deletion happens in linear queue. So as you know, we were having CS with SKS earlier in the queue. Now, if we delete, so first element, which is CS, is to be removed. As I said, queue works as per FIFO principle. So deletion will happen at the front of the queue. So when deletion happens, so this element is removed and front pointer's value is changed, is increased by 1. Okay, so as I said, we need to maintain pointers. We need to ensure that pointers are updated to ensure they are referring to the right element in the array. Okay, so that is how DQ happens in linear queue. Now let's understand what circular queue is. So a circular queue basically it reuses the empty slots in the front of the array, right? So I will explain this with the help of an example also. So it is like both the ends are attached with each other, right? Of the array, right? Each time when you add a new item to your queue, you add it to the new empty space and then you increment the rear index by 1. And each time you remove an item from the front of the queue, you remove it and then increment the front index by 1, right? If either of the index is equal to the length of the array, then you need to reset that index to 0. Yeah. Now let's understand this with the help of this picture. So initially, let's say I have 3 elements in my circular queue. So I have CS, I have width, then SKS. So my front pointer is indicating to CS, right? So this is my first element and my last element is SKS. So rear pointer is indicating to SKS and I have 2 empty spaces in my circular queue. Now when I say circular, that means both the ends are attached, right? So when you reach to the last element, ultimately if you have free spaces at the start of the queue, then you will use those spaces also, right? Let's understand this. So now if in circular queue you try to add a new element, which is day, okay, so I was having 3 elements already, CS with SKS. Now I'm trying to add new element, which is day. So if I add day, so real value is incremented automatically and day is added here to the next empty space which is there in the queue. Okay, now let's add one more element. Now when I am trying to add one more element here, then my rear is indicating to 18. So I have added new element 18. So rear is indicating to 18 and front remains the same. Now if I try to delete, then CS is removed and my front pointer is indicating to with. Okay, so now this space is empty. Next, if I try to add a new element, then my rear will reach here. I can use this free space to add new elements. That is why it is called circular queue, because actually it was the starting position. However, we can use it because right now it is empty. So my rear pointer next can refer to this to add a new element, right? That is why it is known as a circular queue. Okay. So if you see here, I'm trying to add a new element high. So high is taken that empty space and rear pointer is indicating to high. Okay. So that is how circular queue works. Now let's see how do we implement queues using lists in Python. For you, I have already created a program in Python. I have placed it here. I'll take you to the shell, Python shell, and I'll show you how it is implemented. So this is how we implement linear queue in Python. So I have created one function for adding elements, another function for deleting elements, and one more function to show queue elements, right? So I have checked for overflow condition here. If I have taken maximum length as 6, so I can only have max 6 elements in my queue. So my if length of my queue is equivalent to maximum length, then it will show overflow condition. Otherwise, it will take element from the user and will append it to queue. So in Python, you know, we have append function in lists. So we are implementing queues using lists. So I'll use append function to add my element in queue. So queue is a list which I have taken, right? So currently I initialized it as an empty list and then I add element after taking it from user. For DQ, I am checking if length of the queue is 0, then that means no element, so under flow condition. Otherwise, whatever the top element, whatever the element is at the start, so I have used pop function to remove the element. So whatever element is at the start of the queue, so index value 0, so that will be popped out. Okay, so this is different from stacks. There we were only using pop function, so last element entered was taken out. Here we are taking out the first element, so using index value 0, right? And for show, we are just printing it. You can print it in whatever form you want to print. You want to print single element, that you can do. If you want to just print it in a listed form, that you can also do. And then of course, these are some choices. So user can enter 1 to enter an element, user can enter 2 to delete an element, and 3 for show, and 4 to exit. So similarly, I have created this menu-based program, and let's run this. So first of all, I am entering my choice as 3. Okay, so it is showing empty queue at the start, right? Now I'm trying to delete, but I don't have elements, so it is showing under flow condition, right? Now I'm trying to add one element. So it is asking for an element. I am entering A. I will show you by using 3. So A is entered. Again, I'm trying to enter one more element, right? So I'm entering B. Then 3 to show. So A and B, both the elements are entered. Now, if I try to delete, so I'm entering 2. So A is deleted. So if I show you, right, so B is there. So first element is deleted. So that is how we implement linear queues in Python. Now it is a small assessment for you all. Pause your video. Try to attempt these 3 questions. And of course, I'm going to show the answer key in the end. All the best. Here is the answer key. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.